So, Grandmaster flowers. Obviously, we want to test this. Stun. Adamantine. Evil. Here's the epic. I'll do the melee epic. This is our helpless damage right here. This puts a stun on the epic strike. We'll take that. This is double strike. Probably we'll buff dodge. We'll do a buff to attacks, and we'll do a buff to dodge. We'll do this top tier. So that's our epic moment. We'll do everything is nothing. Okay, so we can do confirm crit, or this is just more double strike, double shot. While dual wielding, you gain on a Vorpal. We're not dual wielding. So you know what? I'm going to say that this is just 3 extra double strike. Probably this confirm crit and crit damage. Having the extra crit damage will make our burst go higher, so that's probably better. We're going to have to use that key generating attack too, because we don't have key. So there's our epic strike. This is what I'm talking about, inner focus. Okay, there's our mantle. This is our epic moment. This is everything is nothing, which we want to have pinned over here because we'll use them both. So I really like Grandmaster Flowers. I think it's a solid destiny. The base mantle gives you speed boost that stacks with everything. It gives you immunity to fall damage, and it gives you knockdown immunity. So it's a really great destiny. I usually run in it whenever I'm doing low epics on any character. I'll just run around in that because it keeps, like, when I'm like level 20, 21, it keeps me from getting knocked down no matter what build I'm on.
A genial halfling nods to you from behind the front desk.
And usually once I get 23, then I'll sort of like pick my actual destiny. So this here, I just use my key generator. There's my roar, and this is my strike. Oh, and that was really big. I just hit them for a lot of damage, but I'm taking a lot of damage. So I'm going to roar again. So I'm sorry if that got blocked. That looked really good. So let's try to take out this Soul of Cruelty. The stun worked and it hit that Soul of Cruelty. My base damage looks similar. It's about the same. Just a little bit higher than the others, probably equal to like Divine Crusader at around 300.
This looks more like an office than a boarding house. Vaunt has rented this entire operation and transformed it into his place of business.
Alright, so I have to watch out for the sorcerer. Okay, so going to roar and do my strike. The stun worked. I stunned like a bunch of stuff around me. That epic strike is really good. It's unfortunate that it's tied to ki. There it is right there. You can see it. It just hit that dude for 13,000 damage. So it's the highest hitting epic strike we've seen so far. And it has a stun effect on it. The only downside is that it's tied to ki generation. So if you're not on a ki generator, it's going to be annoying to use. Like, I did take the skill that every minute I can make myself a boatload of ki, but it's sort of annoying needing to do that. So here, I'll make a bunch of ki, and we'll go in and we'll hit this thing with our epic strike. We stunned it, and it's dead. So should be able to roar on all this stuff, which I did. And here's my epic strike on it all. And that was really good. The numbers look great. And so this is really strong. So I think if I were on any sort of a monk hybrid using ki, I would absolutely be in Grandmaster Flowers. Like, that is a really good epic strike. It's a 360-degree whirlwind. Now, right now, Quick Cuts does sort of something similar, although there's no stun on Quick Cuts, but it doesn't cost ki. So we're just going to wait to regenerate more ki before I go in here. Okay, there's my ki. And now I'm going to roar. Okay, I roared, and I need to take out this healer so they don't command me. So you can see the stun works really well. Like, I just stunned all of those. There's a roar. And there's an epic strike. I mean, I hit that dude for... Look at that damage. It's so good. Like, that's really high. One of the reasons that's really high is because that epic strike is a 360 that stuns, and because I do 50% extra damage just to helpless mobs, it's going to burst, you know, that damage. So it's one of the reasons that those numbers are coming back like 15,000. It's because we're getting helpless damage on these mobs that we're stunning. Alright, so I have to make a bunch of ki, and then I can do my epic strike. And I stunned a bunch of them. Trip that dude. Going to have the second wind. Okay, let's do the strike on this dude. We stunned him, and now he's dead, and we'll hit this trigger man here. Well, if we have enough to do our epic strike, we'll hit him with it. No, he was dead before we did it, but still, really good. We had to use a bunch of heals, though, so a little bit squishy. But still, I mean, really solid. Like, it feels probably, aside from my main build that I felt the easiest, I would say Divine Crusader and this are like tie based on... Yeah, hey, float on by. Yeah. Yeah, 30% with the +3 crit and +3 multi, yeah. I mean, it's such good. If the damage feels really good. Alright, so there's our trance. We're gonna make a bunch. we're going to speed boost, and then we are going to go right into the middle and pop our everything is nothing.
The way up to the terrace is just ahead.
Right here.
But one final group of attackers.
Alright, so we were able to take out the
You hear a piercing call from the direction of
the sorcerer that sucks. Here's my epic strike. I stunned that dude. And there's a roar. And the next time I have key up, I'm going to actually use the epic moment, which I'm not sure if it'll actually benefit me because I'm not a monk, but we're going to use it anyway. Just trying to get rid of the trash and keep myself healed. So here's the second wind. That's the first second wind that I used. There's a roar. Okay, so just want to get rid of this trash. And heal. Okay, there's my key. And let's use our... Okay, that's our epic moment. We used up all of the key that we have. So like I was saying, if you're not on a key generating class, this is super annoying. You can certainly do it the way that they added that ability to make key, but it probably wouldn't be that fun. But if you were on a monk already making key, I mean, this is really solid. The damage, the base damage is pretty much identical to everything else we've seen. I'm seeing a little less burst than the other ones, but still really good. And once I get my key back, my key generator back, then I'll start hitting them with the epic strikes. Yeah, my monk thrower is in ocean stance, and I love it. I actually was able to clear this on R4 on my monk thrower in legendary, so it's plays really well. Alright, so here's my key, and now I'm gonna start hitting these dudes with my epic strike, and we'll try to get some burst on them. But you can see the damage. I think Divine Crusader's base damage was the best so far, because my base damage now is about 250 to 280. Divine Crusaders was about 300, so it was probably the best, but Divine Crusader had a lot less of the burst that we saw from the other. Like, I think Fate Singer probably had the most burst that I've seen so far, but I think that was just specifically due to rain.
Head to the terrace and learn what became of Lucien Vaunt.
I think they call it Rhythm and Rain now, but you know what I mean, like the lightning strike. And so we'll do the strat with this dude. I'm going to make a bunch of key and just jump around in front of him like a jackass. There's my epic strike on him. The epic strike hits really well, but because he's a boss, it's not going to stun him. But it's still good. I mean, based on what I've seen, they're all really similar. It just would be based on your play style and what you wanted to do, where your tactics were, what your gear was. Like this particular one, if you stack stun, works really well. Like the stun that I got off of this. I actually like this stun better than the one from Dire Charge. Just because, like, I kind of wish Dire Charge wasn't keyed to a charge. I wish it was just like a swing or like a whirlwind.
I have a message for you.
But, I mean, that's just because the physics in this game, the way that the charges work, it's not like Star Wars The Old Republic where you actually leap to something. It just doesn't feel like the game client's fast enough to handle the jump. But that's maybe it's a personal opinion.
The terrace collapses beneath you.